Hi, my name is Packy, creator of Packrat's Shack. I upcycle furniture, build out of pallet wood, finish interior spaces, and have a vendor booth for my creations. Welcome to my world.
This used to be the bottom and it got worn out. I filled those in so that they would be smooth, and then I'm turning them around and upside down, so nail holes going into the back panel are different than where they previously were. Now the bottom isn't worn out anymore, and the filler isn't gonna get scraped right back out. So this last drawer, the only thing that was salvageable on it was the drawer face. I need to sand that down inside and out and clean it up and clean out the groove for the bottom slide in. And these are the drawer sides that were dovetailed in, and one of them, back end of the drawer slide glide part area, is broken off, and on this drawer the whole thing is missing. So when I got this piece, the bottom was just nailed in all along here, which you can see all the nail holes, and apparently they had a problem with the dovetails being loose and decided to nail each one with 1 or 2 nails. And so basically I need to use this as a pattern. I might not know what I'm doing here, but just gonna try. it's about shaping them now, because this top side is curved and of course the bottom side is square and flat. But not only are they curved in order to fit into these machined sections that are curved, but they also are set back in. So I need to use the chisels and try to start slowly taking some wood away. So today I've removed the forms that I had for the two-part epoxy where my router went off groove there and back here, and I sanded them down and then sanded the whole track down. And even though this isn't ideal for what it's being used for, I think it will be sufficient. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these around and router out for the back of the drawer. So what we have here is hopefully all the pieces that we need to put this drawer back I'm hoping this works. I've never done this before, and I know I've made plenty of mistakes. I can see the mistakes as I'm making them, but I think I've been able to work through them and make it acceptable, being that it's not something that will be visually in sight. So we just have to make sure that once it's put back together that the joints are all strong enough for it to be durable through its usage. You can see, because it's my first time ever cutting this pattern, but also using hand tools, that I had a little bit of gaps here and there on the back side of the cuts, and therefore mainly up here at the top, and therefore I went ahead and I packed in some of that 2-part wood filler so that everything would stay tight and seal up, and there wouldn't be any movement that would eventually break down the joints. I might not be thinking correctly, and again, it's my first time and it's trial by error, and I know it's not a technique that I've seen anyone else use, so maybe it's not correct, and maybe it won't help the longevity, but I guess it's just what I decided to do because I thought it would work, because this particular high performance wood filler is supposed to be very, very strong. I can just slide this in like so. I'm a lot more satisfied with the height of it. Now I'm going to see if I built it square enough to actually fit into the dresser. So let's see how that went. Oh my gosh, I did it. So is what I'm sitting here thinking about right now is two options that are going through my head. Either I stain all of my drawer fronts the same stain as I already did the top ones and the top of the dresser, or do I paint all of the remainder big drawers the same as the coffee bean so that everything is uniform throughout the piece, and then the top and the section of the top drawers stand out a little bit more. That's kind of where I'm at, trying to figure out what the best eye-catching look for a consumer would be. Basically just painting the inside of the drawers to give them a nice fresh look. You can see I started with another color, and I just thought that was a little too dark. Wanting it to look like a comfy, soft color in there that would be warm and inviting to putting in your clothes and articles rather than what it did look like. Since you've seen through the video, I've used a lot of wood filler on this unit, filling in problems that it came with and fixing a couple of my problems along the way. And I've used this a lot, and I know it looks like a simple tool, but it's kind of a universal favorite of mine that I used for a lot of things, so I like to keep it clean. And you can't always just go out to the store and buy something that takes the place of something that you have that's working so well as it is. I also don't like just throwing things away once they get too cruddy per se. And I like to try to keep my tools clean, and a lot of times I will use one of those straight razors and clean this off, but there still is buildup over time that needs to get cleaned off. So basically, I just go to my DeWalt sander and I clean it off with the sanding. So we're gonna try to do this in a way where we don't create a lot of dust in the house. So now you have a nice, clean, new, fresh edge for your next project. Simple as that. So we're about ready to get started on the second coat. You can still see some wood tones poking through. The first coat was not full coverage, which is typical that it needs a second coat. Than the top drawers, and I would like to put another coat of the stain on, but with past experience, when I've tried to layer that on to make it darker, it actually reactivates the layer that's already on there and just starts smudging things around. So I actually thought that if I would do the polycrylic, it will help seal it and keep that first layer secure while I'm trying to put another second layer on to kind of get it caught up to what the top drawers are. Now you can see how much lighter these bottom 4 drawers are compared to the top 4. That's why I would like to try to darken them up a little bit more. just love it. It's beautiful.
Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up for us. If you want to see more of us, don't forget that you can always subscribe and click that notification bell. If you have any thoughts or questions or concerns or suggestions, please let us know down below in the comments and we will get back to you as soon as possible. As always, stay safe out there.